Hey guys, it's your boy MKS here. Hope everyone's well. This is another one of my videos of my goals for the future, which I sometimes make. So anyway, I hope some people out there enjoy this video as ever, as I always do. And hopefully I won't be too repetitive from some of the things I covered before. But anyway, I'll try not to waffle too much. And just before I go to play football, I hope to cover some of my plans for the future. So these are sort of my goals or whatnot, and hopefully learning to aim high and see what I can achieve in life and push myself all the time. But yeah, so here goes. So number one, I hope to learn to become as independent as possible, maybe find my own place to live and by myself, so that I want to do this partly because I want to avoid distractions, intrusions, and things like that, and also to become independent and push myself, which I think could lead on to other opportunities, because if I become more independent, the knock-on effect could be something hopefully quite positive, I hope. But yeah, so I'd love to live by myself, as I mentioned before. Like, to be honest, no, even though I love children and people and animals and whatever else, all living things, I'd still love to live by myself as much as possible, like no other soul in the house except for myself, so I could focus on what I want to work on. But that might take a while because I don't have any money or anything like that. And here in the UK, you can go on to council housing, but part of me doesn't really want to do that, because like, I feel a bit bad for taking more from the state. But I think it would be a good thing that pushes me to achieve more generally. So hopefully, by helping me to become independent, I can then do things like volunteering and things like that, which I hope to come to as well. Like, so there's some of the things I want to also achieve. And yeah, in the meantime, perhaps if it does take a while, maybe I could like have the council or someone could give me like a room where I could go to, where I could focus on writing and things like that, and which I hope to come to again in further detail in these videos. Number two, I hope to learn as much as I can, like learn about how to develop my ideas and put them into practice, and just keep learning about things and listening to other people's views as well, and trying to learn from them, and also share that information with people across Africa and Asia and the developing world generally, like as I do on Facebook and things like that. With like, I share inspirational or motivational or encouraging or informational YouTube videos with them, so that hopefully they'll learn a lot of things, like especially dyslexic people or people with ADHD in countries or nations across Asia and Africa and that sort of thing. So yeah, hopefully share that information, but yeah, learn as much as I can, like how to set goals and achieve them, and how to start and finish projects and that sort of thing, how I can help more people and network with people to help as many people as possible. Again, I hope to cover that in more details. We'll come to that in these videos. And yeah, like things like, I hope to do things like volunteer with the homeless, perhaps learn how to push myself more and volunteer with homeless people, disabled people, and other disadvantaged communities, both locally and, if I can as well, like use that experience to help people internationally as well. Number three, I'd love to discuss what freedom means to me. I know I've covered that a bit before as well, and I'd also love to hear from people across Asia about what freedom means to them. Number four, I know I forgot to mention part one as well, and you know something, there's always something I forget, but yeah, I'd love to help, as I said before, like help Asia to be as united as possible, promoting Pan-Asianism and that sort of thing, and also, yeah, just have as much peace as possible. And like, one of the reasons why I love to live alone, yeah, conflict or confrontation or anything like that, as much as possible, and yeah, just have as much peace and love as possible, and always try and encourage people to obey the law of the land, and that sort of thing. As I say, improve myself as much as I can, think about what I stand for and how I can work towards my goals, putting them into practice. And again, I'd love to see Asia be as united as possible, promoting Pan-Asianism and that sort of thing as much as possible. Number five, I hope to have like a clear vision for my goals, including for YouTube, but also just generally like general goals. Again, I hope to come to that in more detail, like my ideal day, what my ideal day would be like, and what I hope to what I hope to work on and improve as much as possible. Yeah, so just generally working on my goals and networking with people who share similar goals, like-minded goals, and encouraging, again, Asian nations and individuals, encouraging that aspiration, like India's aspiration to be a £1 trillion economy, and the rest of Asia's aspirations, and that sort of thing. Number 6, again, I'd love to encourage people, especially from Asia, to reach their full potential. And I'd also love to talk about my goals for Italian football, as I often do, and any new ideas that come to me. And again, in the future, I'd love to go, as I mentioned before, to go to Italy and share my ideas, and that sort of thing. I'd love to talk about what sort of things I'd love to see happen for Italian football, like what type of managers, coaches, and players, and even owners I would love to see in Italian football, which I've covered a little bit in detail before, but any new ideas that come, and then also how I can put those goals into practice and reach my full potential, and again, encourage other people. As I said before, like I have quite a few mental health problems and also learning disabilities. So I think if I can achieve, hopefully I can be an inspiration for other people who have mental health problems or learning disabilities. Thankfully, I don't have any physical disabilities, but I think two out of 3 is quite enough, I think. But yeah, so again, hopefully reaching my full potential and helping others to do the same, and looking at ways to improve Italian football and help Italian football to become as successful as possible. Number 7, again, I'd love to do similar for Celtic. As I mentioned before, I'm a big Celtic fan, so I'd love to see how Celtic can have as much success in marketing around the world, especially in Asia and around the world, as possible, because obviously Asia is a big market with over half the world's population living in Asia, and that sort of thing. To be honest, it might be a bit of a personal thing to discuss, but I'm also hoping to see like therapists or whatnot, to see how I can overcome some of my conditions like hoarding or anxiety or things like that. So hopefully that will work out as much as possible. Hopefully my faith will come back as well, which was lost a bit, so hopefully that will be restored. And number 8, I hope to spread positivity, positive vibes, peace, love, and that sort of thing, as much as possible. Again, I think like when I talk about being independent and living alone, probably sounds a bit antisocial, but I think that in doing so, I saw something that was written that said, be selfish with your time so you can be more selfless with your time, or something like that. So I think if you spend time by yourself and alone, thinking and developing, you can develop plans, action plans, obviously put them into action as well, where you can help more people to be active in that sort of thing. So I think there are a lot of benefits in being alone at times, although I think it's good to socialize. I'd like to do so from a safe distance, so to speak, i.e. so I don't get distracted from my goals, is what I mean. But yeah, I love to spread positivity, peace, love, and all those sorts of things. Number 9, I'd love to work on my priorities and plan for my priorities, if I can speak properly, including learning how to speak properly. Maybe getting elocution lessons or whatever it's called. But yeah, so looking at what my priorities are and planning for the future in terms of what I'd love to have a list of my top priorities, so I could spend my time and energy more on that sort of stuff, and do as much writing as possible, so I can plan things, and also looking at ways I can help artists and authors and creatives and people like that across Asia, and those countries I've talked about before, those countries or nations, whatever you call them, I've talked about supporting before. And number 10, again, sorry if I'm repeating a lot of these ideas, but yeah, I'd love to support young people, disabled people, disadvantaged people, the poorest 10% of people in all possible countries, homeless people, locally and nationally and internationally even, and look at ways I could perhaps fundraise, ideas I could share, network, like how to help to build more houses, or to support as many people from disadvantaged backgrounds as possible, especially homeless people, and people in poverty and that sort of thing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and I didn't waffle too much, and if you enjoyed it, please give a like, and if you've not already done so, please consider subscribing. I probably should have said that a bit earlier, but anyway, I'm out.